Tardigrades. Tardigrades, also known as water bears, are some of the tiniest and toughest creatures on Earth. These microscopic animals are famous for surviving extreme conditions, including outer space. In 2007, tardigrades were sent into the space on the European Space Agency's Photon-M2 mission to test their ability to survive in the harsh environment of space. Tardigrades are special because they can enter a state called cryptobiosis, where they dry out and shut down all their life processes. This allows them to survive without water, oxygen, or food for a long time. Scientists wanted to know if tardigrades could survive space conditions, such as intense radiation, freezing cold, and the vacuum of space where there is no air. Once they were launched into the space, the tardigrades were exposed to the vacuum of space and harmful space radiations. To everyone's surprise, when the tardigrades returned to Earth, they were alive, even after being in space for 10 days. Many of the tardigrades recovered, rehydrated, and started moving around again. Some of them even reproduced, showing that the space didn't stop their life cycle. The tardigrade survival in space was an amazing discovery because it proved that living creatures could withstand extreme conditions far beyond Earth. Tardigrades are known one of the toughest creatures in the universe. In 1968, the Soviet Union sent two tortoises to the space on the Zond 5 spacecraft. This was special because the tortoises traveled around the moon and came back safely to Earth. Tortoises were chosen because they can live for a long time without food or water. They were placed inside a safe chamber with other small animals like worms and plants. The spacecraft flew around the moon, taking the tortoises farther than any animals had ever gone. When they returned to Earth, the tortoises were alive and healthy, though a little lighter from the trip. Their journey helped scientists learn how living creatures could handle long space missions, especially future trips to the moon. In 1973, two spiders named Arabella and Anita went to the space on the Skylab space station. Scientists wanted to see how spiders would spin webs in space, where there is no gravity. Before the mission, they were just regular garden spiders. In space, they were put in small containers with cameras watching them. At first, the spiders struggled, and their webs were messy. But soon, they adapted and made beautiful webs just like on Earth. Their success showed that, even without gravity, animals can adjust. Arabella and Anita's trip helped scientists learn how creatures, including humans, can live in space. Ham, a chimpanzee, was a real space hero. In 1961, NASA chose Ham for an important space mission. He flew into the space on the Mercury Redstone 2 spacecraft. This happened just before the first human went to space. Ham trained for months. He learned to push levers when lights flashed. This showed that tasks could be done in space. On the big day, Ham was safely placed in his seat and launched into the space. He was in space for 16 minutes. During that time, Ham did his task perfectly. The best part of Ham's mission was to come back safely to Earth. After his space adventure, Ham lived happily in the zoo. His bravery helped scientists understand how humans might react in space.